Yes, people, big up to everyone. Welcome back to another stream on the channel on Shik TV, and it is it's a big stream for this weekend. Big, massive game this Sunday. It is the Manchester Derby, at the Etihad in the Premier League. So we have to do a Premier League preview. So we're here for that today. Premier League preview, Manchester Derby. We're obviously going to be getting my thoughts on this game, and we do also have a special guest today as well. I think he's been on the channel before for a Mud Brothers episode. I'm pretty positive I think he has, but I've been honored to work with him on other channels. He is an A-lister on Husam's channel as well. I've done a couple of shows with him over there. And Sarcasm City TV, you see him all the time with a weekly show with Flawless. He is the noisy neighbor, and he is a Manchester City fan, but he is in the building, and he also has the best intro on YouTube. I just want to say he has the best intro on YouTube by far, especially in this content, like football content space. Best intro on YouTube. You guys are going to see it. Shout out to Vator in the building. What are you saying, Vator, man? How you doing?
Shik, listen. The intro that you just gave me, my friend, much respect. Thank you so very much. I'm honored. I'm honored to be here. And everybody in the chat right now, whether you're watching live or on the replay, be a part of the show. Be in the comments. Hit that like button for sure. Subscribe if you haven't. And without any further ado,
allow me to reintroduce myself. My name is Vator Games.
Let's
in the
go.
building.
In the building. Yes, man. Yeah. Obviously, big up to everyone. Make sure you guys do obviously check out Vader's channel. The link is in the title. It is also in the description. Make sure you guys go subscribe to him if you haven't already. I don't know what you're doing. Stop being like Manchester United and being some frauds and go and support Vader, man. Go and definitely do that. But Vader, we'll go to you first. Manchester Derby.
Yeah,
obviously last time we did play, it was we played at Old Trafford and it was a draw. But the last time we played at the Etihad, Ruben Amorim got that famous win. I think that was the last time I was actually genuinely happy, or I felt some sort of like happiness, of course, because you want to win a derby game and to win it in that fashion as well. Considering we had just gotten a new manager at that time, not knowing what our future was going to be at that moment,
yeah,
it was definitely like the last time I genuinely was happy. But things have changed. Law has happened since that last derby meeting. Obviously, Manchester City have signed a lot of new players. We have gotten rid of some of the players that we had last season, ended up spending some money this summer as well. And I think the big talk for going into this derby is the injuries. The injuries are something that has been piling up for City. And, we've had this discussion on A-listers before on Husam's channel where, people are like, well, injuries happen to everyone and all that type of stuff. But I, in this case, do think that like injuries is a big part for you guys, definitely looking at the players that you guys are missing as well. But your thoughts going into the derby with all these things last time we played each other as well, and just the season so far as well.
Yeah. Where to freaking start with this game? The thing is, the derby's a weird one. When you mentioned the last time we played, or even our run of games,
yeah,
United period have been a problem for me recently. Have been an issue because you're going back to when we played since Amorim, but even before Amorim, there's your freaking. Am I allowed to mention your previous manager?
Yeah, you can.
Okay. So
I
then
won't,
there's,
but you can.
yeah, you won't. But then there's also the loss that I suffered to you guys in the FA Cup, right? So there's been a series. It hasn't just been like a few. FA Cup defeat, losing to you guys, not catching a win versus you guys last season. This is a problem. This is a problem. And not only that, this manager that you currently have, it's funny, like you talked about the last time you were happy was in the derby, but I'm sure there was also like some pride and some banter, some talk that I'm sure Shik, especially on Shik TV, was doing when Amorim beat Pep in the championship.
I was shameless. I was definitely,
of course, Shik, I know you.
Stay here and just like lie or whatever. I did back this manager at that time. Yeah, of course.
And
things have changed.
so when we talk about the series of losses or what's been difficult for my club, Like it spanned even back then. It spanned to Ten Hag, it spanned to Champions League, and now the losses and the draw to you guys. So I think this game is so much more of a must win for Pep than it is for Amorim. Like as poor as you guys have had form wise, I don't think anyone's really saying you guys must. Like, but there is a Pep, you must. We got 3 points right now. We must not.
We're above you in the table.
Yeah,
technically, currently at this moment.
Yeah, I believe
we're
13th or 14th. We're down there.
Yeah.
So it is a must for Pep. It's a must for Manchester City. You mentioned the injuries. Regardless of the injuries, Shik, I got no excuses though.
I hear that.
Like,
because technically, yes, this is a derby, but also on paper, you are going up against a last season team that finished 15th place.
No, I got to stop you.
I'm just saying.
No. Sheik, no.
Listen, look.
We're not doing last year talk. We're not doing last year.
Okay, go on.
We can't do last year. You guys aren't last year. We're not last year.
Okay.
We can't do City can't do this because of what you know.
Yeah.
It's actually about this season.
Okay, we can speak about this season too. Like we've only scored one open play goal so far in the Premier League, which was on our last game. And we only have one win. We lost to Arsenal and we have the draw against Fulham. And then our next two games, of course, are Chelsea and you guys. You guys and Chelsea respectively. So like going into this game, of course, if things whatever the result is, it's not looking good for Amorim either. And I think they're like I might agree with you to a certain extent that Pep needs to win this game because you guys are trying to compete for this league. Like I get that. And these are certain games that you have to basically at United at the Etihad, like you should be winning this, right? So it's a derby, all that type of stuff. You got to be up for it, all those things, right? So I kind of hear that, but I also do think that it is a little bit of pressure for Amorim too, because this fixture list came out months ago. We knew that we were going to be in a situation like this, but the main thing for us is like, okay, if we're seeing a little bit of improvements in certain games, that some of the positive fans are saying that some things have changed. We are attacking a lot better, this and that. Defensively, we are still making a couple of mistakes. The goalkeeping thing was a big problem, but Ineos have addressed it because they've signed the goalkeeper now, even though he's not going to play tomorrow. That's what our manager said. But like all these things, there's a little bit of chat where some people think that things have improved and okay, now we're going to see it against the big teams. And then there's also that talk that everyone has, oh, well, even though we lost a lot of games last season against the big teams, we played well or we set up well and this and that. For example, Liverpool at Anfield last season. I know you don't want to talk about last season too much, but Liverpool at Anfield last season, the draws against Arsenal and City at home, beating you guys away. Chelsea, I think we lost away. Yeah. So some of those games where it's like we played to a certain level, but I just think it's like pressure is there for him, definitely. Because regardless of all these things that people are saying, we spent a lot of money this summer. And these are all the conversations that we were having prior to this season too, is that let him spend money, let him get a window, let him see if he can improve players, let him get rid of the guys too. So we've now also gotten rid of those people too. So I've been saying this for weeks, is that I think I've given Ineos a little bit of credit because they've done their job in this situation where they have gotten rid of the players who we considered and that I considered weren't good enough for this club, and they've gone, whether it's a loan or whether they've been sold permanently. Some of the players that we signed, I'm happy with. Some of the players that we signed, I am happy with. Bruno missing out on that sale still is a big issue, but they've done a good job in terms of ingoings and outgoings, to be honest, in terms of the transfer window. So now it's up to the manager. So I'm looking forward to this game to see, okay, I think right now, with how you talked about City too, I think City are a little bit vulnerable. I think if this is probably a very good chance for us to try to get some sort of result there currently at this moment. Because I think if you guys, let's say, start picking up results and start getting better and better, a trip to the Etihad much later in the season would have been a lot more difficult for us. And I think right now, when you guys are still kind of picking yourself together, Pep's still figuring out the team with all these new signings, all that type of stuff, this could be a perfect chance for us to try to get a win. Now, do I think we can win? Yes, but do I probably think that's what the result's going to be? No, I think it's honestly going to be a super dead game, Vator. I'm not going to lie. I think it's going to be a really dead game. I think it's going to be a really dead game. And I'll tell you why. Because we're going to bring you guys to our level of football. We're gonna bring you guys
Wait, hold
down
on.
to our level of football. That like haram, like terrorist football that we play.
But the thing is, we're so accustomed to that.
Yeah,
Like,
but
C-
it's like
City are
you are
accustomed to it.
missing some of those, those creative attacking
Yeah.
players in your team,
So going
which are
back
a
to
big
the
thing.
injury talk,
Yeah,
going
going
back
back
to
to the
the
injury
injury
talk.
talk,
Yeah,
there's a lot. There's a lot missing, and even as of now, I'm not even committing to seeing who's available. I'm gonna wait until the evening and see who was in training, who showed up before I talk confidently with who I think
right.
can play tomorrow.
Okay.
But the reason why I was kind of being dismissive of the injury talk is because we have to win despite it, and there's different pressures, and I think you spoke to it. The pressure is we still want to be in the mix to be within arm's reach or the top 4. That's kind of like where things are at. As early as it is, we should be thinking title challenge, but right now it's kind of like, oh, we still just want to be in the mix for the top 4. That is, and again, no disrespect, everybody in the chat. I know that I'm known for gaslighting. I know that many want to say that I'm a wind up. I'm not doing any of that right now. Shik, good looking out 4K. Shik has approached this show. He's being very respectful. We're talking ball. So I'm matching energy. Once that changes, I'll change up. But right now we're talking ball. Now, when it comes down
I'm in no position to do that, to be honest. My team is terrible.
When has that stopped you before, Shik?
Of course. Well, after the results, of course. Like if we were to be on any other type of show, yeah, a couple of jabs would be thrown here and there, but still, we're at a different. Again, what are you competing for this season? What am I competing for this season?
So the pressure now, manager wise,
yeah,
because I think I would say that you're the majority, right? The majority are like, it's just a matter of time until Amorim's out, right? Now, what can he do to not make it sooner than later? And these are one of those games. Like he gets a result, or he shows good football. It happens to be maybe a late winner from City, then things are kind of calm. But if he goes out and gets outperformed, if he goes out and these players don't play for him, like he said in a press conference, when he was arguing or when he was talking, and I know it's not perfect English, but essentially what he was saying was these players did not play for the club or for me in that loss to Grimsby.
Yeah,
like that.
Threw them under the bus. Definitely, they didn't listen to, like, paraphrasing. He was like, they didn't listen to what I was saying or something like that, and they just
And I don't even know if one would say it's throwing them under the bus. I mean, it's not sugarcoating anything.
It's not like throwing under the bus maybe is the wrong term, but it's like everyone at that moment is held accountable, including him too. It's like I get it. Yeah, you're coming out and saying that, like, the players, it was embarrassing that we lost the way that we did, and it wasn't good enough from the players. But also, you're the manager of this club, so it's like you're also held accountable for that loss. But I get what he was like basically.
So now that's my concern. If these players don't play to the badge, they don't play for the occasion, then it's going to be Grimsby or worse. But I don't think that's going to happen. I think that these players could have easily dismissed and said, whatever, Amorim, your instructions, I can do whatever I want. This is Grimsby. And it came back to bite them. I don't think they play with that type of arrogance or that type of dismissiveness towards the manager in a derby. So I'm expecting a tough game. And I guess similar to what you're talking about in terms of bringing the game down to your level is
to our level.
Is what you guys ended up doing early in the season, right? So you guys being able to, it was a 1-0, but it was a rough one. And in all fairness, one could argue that result wasn't actually fair. It should have been a draw for you guys.
Game?
The Arsenal game.
Yeah.
So
I should have gotten a draw, definitely.
So regardless of whatever style of play, regardless of who's on that pitch, it is a must win. It is a must win for Manchester City. My manager's under a pressure to be in competition for top 4. Funny enough, I don't think your fan base are split where they're, you know how a fan base could be like, we're wishing for the manager to fail because we just want him out. You guys aren't there. You guys aren't there yet. You guys still, like, this is a game where you guys want to resolve this. There's still a portion where Amorim, show us why we were excited to have you to join the club, and why we said get that second season and we'll judge you by it. But listen, if you guys play like you did versus Arsenal, it's going to be a long day for City. I still think because we're home, I still think because we are going to dominate possession, that I still give the advantage to City getting that win. Now, I won't go so far to talk about predictions. We'll do, obviously you want to do that later in the
Yeah.
show.
Yeah. We'll
But
do that at the end, yeah.
But when I think of the strengths of City, and even when I think about the weaknesses of City, I'm like, we should still get a result. City should still get a result, as poor as we've been. But yeah, I got portions of the Manchester City fan base being like, we're about to go 3 points out of 15. Like, they believe it's
You
going to
think
be a
you're gonna?
loss.
Oh, okay.
They think there's a loss to United because something jammy always happens, and they think it's going to be a loss versus Arsenal, and Arsenal look good based off of the highlights I saw this morning.
To be fair, they do. Yeah, good result for them today. Of course, and new manager of Forest, like first game or whatever. It's like,
Yeah.
cool, all that type of stuff. But yeah, no, Arsenal do look good, and again, it just goes back to the conversation real quick. Like before I go to that, we have some injury problems too, and you did mention the Arsenal game and why if we do play the same way that we did play against Arsenal, we could try to get a result in this game. I think one of the main reasons why we did play the way that we did play was because of Cunha, and Cunha is a miss in this game.
Yeah.
And Cunha did pick up an injury in the last one, and I know like
I'm happy
currently
he's
with
not
where,
playing. I'm not happy
yeah,
that he's injured, but I'm happy he's not playing.
and I'm quite like pissed off that he's not available for this game, because I think it's like this. It's like it was getting to a time where he was bound to score, like because he was playing so well, and all these chances and how close he
Yeah.
was getting to scoring a goal. It just felt like, okay, the goal is coming in the next couple of games. It could be against City, it could be against Chelsea, and he would have obviously been a big plus going into this game for us. But yeah, like the rest of it too, we still have, I think, even though like I obviously don't rate him, but this manager does. So in terms of the lineup, Mason Mount is someone who's missing as well. So he's probably not going to start. That maybe I would hope is like a reason for Manu to play in this game. Manu's played against City well before in the FA Cup final. Obviously, he scored. So I think this is a game for him where he could definitely. He's had good results in away grounds before, where he played against Liverpool and City before a FA Cup final and all that type of stuff. So I think this is a game for him for sure. Rest of the guys and who are probably going to play, I think Sesko should definitely start. I think it's about time for him to start. I think it would be a big boost for him to step up in a game like this and just show us you got signed for big money.
Is Xerxes healthy?
Yeah, he's healthy. He played in the last game. And he was actually a big difference maker for us when he did come on as well. And this is something that I've been saying for a while, is that you need to use these guys. You don't use these guys. The manager doesn't use these guys at times. Xerxes, up until the last game, was an unused sub in the two games that we played prior. So he didn't have any minutes against Arsenal, didn't have any minutes against Fulham. And when he came on against Burnley, and yes, I know it's Burnley, it is a newly promoted side who are probably just not getting accustomed to the Premier League yet. I get that. But he made a massive difference when he did come on. And I think situations like this and these things might actually really be the difference in a game between the both of us is the managers and their tactics and what they do in terms of game management. Now, obviously, Pep is Pep. I will always be like, yeah, you can't, like I say this now, is that you can't doubt Pep still till this day, because we've seen so many times in the past where we've doubted Pep and he's delivered. And in games like this too, where this with just how this season is going as well, is like, okay, you can't really doubt Pep. He's gonna maybe turn things around, because we've seen stuff.
Well, there's a lot of doubt of Pep. There's a lot of
I think rightfully so, there should be with how things have gone. But it's just I'm going based off of past instances where there has been seasons where City have been people have brought up this conversation that City are out of a title race. They need to catch up. They need to do this. Like a couple of years ago, we saw a season where another team was top of the table for 200 plus days, and City leapfrogged them and ended up winning the league. And then the same conversations were going on that season as well, where are City going to catch up? They're too far out, this and that. Are they in the title race? All that type of stuff. And they ended up catching up. So in a Premier League season, you, out of all people, will know this, that anything can happen in terms of a title race with Pep too. And I think it's going back to that conversation. Arsenal are playing really well. That game coming up against Arsenal is going to be super, super important, where the gap between you and Arsenal might even be really big, Whereas forget about catching Liverpool. Right now, you
Yeah.
might have to catch Arsenal currently at this moment.
Yeah.
And Liverpool, of course, are flying. They've just added even more artillery. They've just gotten one of the best strikers in the world who's itching to play like a minute of football. So he's up and ready for this game. So I think, yeah, like I completely agree with you with the fact that injuries are cool. If anybody's sitting there and saying, oh, well, we have a lot of injuries, and let's say we win, and, you know, City fans are sitting there and saying, oh, well, we had a lot of injuries. What do you expect? This and that. I think that's highly unacceptable because look at us and look at also the fact that the situation that you're in, the personnel that you have. Yes, you have a couple of injuries to some important players, but you still have Pep at the helm. You still have the likes of Holland, all these guys still in the team. And it's an important game. And just look at us.
Yeah.
We have our own problems. We're still trying to figure out. We're still trying to win 2 games back to back. Vator. That's still something.
Yeah,
that
I don't see. This is Sheik. This is the problem, though.
And I'm not saying you should undermine us or anything like that and be like, oh, well, it's just us united and this and that.
But I hate
Sheik.
Sheik. I hate records like this, though.
Yeah,
I hate records like those
on
because
paper right now you are favorites going into this game.
Yeah,
we're
no.
not. Yeah,
hey, of course you're coming. I'm
going based off of that.
You're coming to Manchester City. All right.
Yeah.
You're over there chilling at Old Trafford. Now you're coming to Manchester City. Yes, we should have the advantage. We do have the advantage. But the thing that I hate most about these derbies, Large Up FC, is when we're having when City are having the streaks, when City are on the either they're maintaining a streak or they've been doing something and they're about to make something monumental. You guys jammy things up.
We do.
Like you guys, we had a chance to win. We had a chance to win at Old Trafford. And I need us to not allow this winning 2 games back to back, unimaginable, impossible streak that hasn't happened for you. I can't have that. I can't have City be the ones to let Amorim win back to back. There's so much pressure in this game. I do want
to say we're not winning back to back against you guys in Chelsea. It's not happening. It's not happening.
Oh, you mean
I think there's an argument for us to maybe win one of them, but I don't think we win both of them.
Gotcha. So if you happen to beat City, you're not saying that you're going to go on a 3-game win streak, like it's going to end playing Chelsea next.
Oh wait, actually no, I take that back. I'm sorry. Yeah, because we just got to win against Burnley. Yeah, what am I saying? So if we do beat City, we would have won our back-to-back.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So I need that to stop. I don't want us to be we can't. No, I don't want that football trivia to be like, which club did Amorim and United
finally win it back
to win back? Like, I can't have it.
I hear that. I hear that. I do hear that. It's not a good look at all.
No, it's a terrible look. Now, I brought up weaknesses and strengths, right?
Yeah.
So I hear it. I hear you. I hear other United fans. I won't name them, but it's the midfield that kind of gets questioned about. Like, you guys are asking the manager, why is this the pattern, or why is this the tandem that you choose for the midfield?
Brentford just scored, by the way. Sorry to interrupt. Brentford just made it 1-0. Brentford just made it 1-0.
Damn.
Your Blue
you know what?
They're not looking so good, man.
I gotta actually stop with this Blue Brother talk. I actually do. Shik, it's not because of me. Like,
is it in light of recent controversies and scandals?
Yeah, I've always been quick to be like Blue Brothers, but they get hemmed up, and they're not only snitching on themselves, they're pointing their fingers over at me. They keep saying, "What about City? What about City?" Like, that's not what brothers do.
Look, we got a Chelsea fan in the chat. Look at this, Joel. Big up, Joel. Hold that, Joel. How about that as well?
Crazy. That's not what Joel. That's not what brothers do. You guys self-reported. All cool. You said you did something wrong. All right.
I hear that too. They snitched on themselves.
But while they're walking into the station, they're saying, "Hey, you might also want to go check out Manchester City."
Manchester City, yeah.
Sheik, it's messed up. And my manager.
You called them Blue Brothers this whole time. You were the one who was doing this whole time, and look how they treated you.
Exactly.
Look what they did you at the end. Look how they did you at the end.
Now hear this, Sheik. I'm gonna play something.
Burnley, Wolves, Leicester, Newcastle, Spurs, Arsenal, United, Liverpool, Chelsea.
9 clubs wanted damage happening to my club. And that last name that Pep mentioned is Chelsea. I was calm. I was saying Blue Brothers the whole time. And then they turned on me the first time. 74 charges. That's light, Sheik. That's light work. And they flipped it on me. Nah, man. So I'm not doing the Blue Brothers thing anymore. Until they stop doing the Chris Rock, they got to take my name out of their mouth. They need to stop that, man.
That's hilarious. That's hilarious. Hey, man, that's what I was saying. Look, this is how they ended up treating you at the end. And I would have never done that Blue Brothers gimmick. They beat you in a Champions League final, bit.
Yeah, we more so beat ourselves.
True.
Sheik, have you not seen all the academy players I send their way? No, but Sheik, have you not seen all the academy players they got over there? All the former,
that's true. Cole
okay,
Palmer,
so it's
all these guys,
Lavia, the lab, it's calm over there. So it's not so much of a Blue Brother gimmick. It was like calm. You guys do you, we do we. Everything's kind of calm. The Red Cartel, you, Arsenal, Liverpool. You guys never wanted Chelsea at the table. You definitely never wanted City at the table. So that's why I thought there was a little bit of.
There's no such thing as a Red Cartel, by the way. I just want
to say. Oh my gosh!
We don't like our clubs.
What are we doing here?
There's no Red Cartel. I'm not in association with Liverpool Football Club in any way, shape, or form.
Sheik,
I'm not in any association with them.
Sheik, what are we?
When it comes to football, when it comes to all that stuff,
Okay, no. All right.
But when it comes to football, I'm not in no association with them.
You're a damn liar, Sheik.
I'm not sitting
here. You are, Sheik.
I'm not sitting here.
See, now I got to match energy. Now I got to match energy.
Hands. I'm not shaking hands. Look,
now
Don C's here too. He knows this as well. I'm not in association with Don C.
No. See, this is why you guys are fraudulent. You, Don C, flawless. You, TJ, all the Liverpool guys, Don, who saw him. All you guys are frauds, and I'm not falling for it. The Red Cartel's. No, okay. So listen. You know what? You've you've watched The Godfather, right?
Yeah, of course.
Okay. Now, when they were in court, what were they all claiming? They were all claiming there's no mafia, right? You guys are claiming there's no cartel. Meanwhile, we done know you guys got a cartel going. Now, in public, nothing's happening. Nothing's happening. We get it. Behind closed doors, Sheik, there's a reason why. There's a reason why you guys didn't want Chelsea at the table. There's a reason why you didn't want City at the table. And the clubs that didn't want City at the table were the Red Cartels. Now, it's not that you guys are all buddy-buddy, but you know what's good for business. Good for business is excluding us. That's the point I'm making. You've seen cartels, if you want to go down to the narcos and everything like that, and you've seen mafias. They want to keep things close-knit, tight. They're going to tell everybody there's no such thing. There's no such thing as a Red Cartel, but we know.
There is no such thing. I'm just saying there's no such thing as a Red Cartel. I don't like those clubs. I'm not in association with them. It just happens to be that we have the same opinion on something. It's not like we were in a room together and we made a decision. We made a decision separately. They called us in the room separately.
Let's keep this analogy going.
We had the same decision.
Let's keep the analogy going.
I'm sitting down and I'm asking Liverpool representatives, what do you guys think? And I'll do whatever you guys do.
Okay, no. It's not like that. You said you saw Godfather. Funny enough, you saw how they're all sitting at the table, right? It's not like they're conversing and saying this is what we're doing. They put things up to a vote. They're not discussing it. They're bringing something up and putting things to a vote. There just so happens to be collaboration. Now, Sheik, you say you don't like Don C. You say you don't like those cats over there at Liverpool. Cool, but don't try to tell me. Don't. What is it? Don't spit on me and say that it's raining. Sheik, you know that there's a Red Cartel, but I know what you have to do for public opinion. I know what you got to do amongst when you're out in the streets. The Godfather showed us. They showed us how you're supposed to move behind closed doors and how you move in the public. I won't fight you on the Red Cartel. I'll let you say what you say, but we all know. That's it. I just don't think there's no Red Cartel. There's nothing. I think clubs have some sort of influence, okay, but there's no Red Cartel. We're not part of no Red Cartel. You're not part. Okay, you're sticking to the script. I respect that more than the Chelsea fans that have flipped on me and said, "Hey, what about City?" Right? You're staying true. You ain't snitching on the Red Cartel. You're saying there's no such thing.
There's no such thing.
I buy it. I rate it.
Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough. But yeah. AK Sheik, my guy, but I've got to cook you for that comment. I'm just saying, man, if we are the red cartel, you men are the blue mafia, always getting out of charges. I hear that. But yeah, going back to just the conversation that we were having about like the game itself and the Arsenal game coming up and all these type of things. Yeah, I think super important for I think both, like, end of the day, look, as terrible as we might ever be in our history, in our lifetime, and I'm not sure if you think this way. I would think you would. All of us would want to win a derby game. Any moment in time, how bad we are, no problem, whatever. We always are going to be there, sitting there, and like, yeah, we have to win this game. So I'm up for it. Like I said earlier, I think this is a good opportunity for us to be a city side like this right now, currently, with the problems that we have too. This is the best opportunity for us. They have a shit ton of injuries to a lot of players that I rate. I was just looking at the injury list: Ryan Cherky, Phil Foden, Kovacic, Guardiola, Savinho, Rico Lewis, Omar Marmoush, O'Reilly, Kusanov. That's like, those players are like their bench, that if those players were some part of their bench, are probably better than our starting 11. Some of them would make it into our starting 11. So again, it's one of those type of things where like it's a very good opportunity for us to win, and that's why.
Well, now I'm gonna do what you do. I'm gonna talk about last season, right?
Okay.
So when it was the 1-13, when it was the poor form, a lot of the players that you mentioned were players purchased to get us out of that rut.
Okay.
Were players that were brought in to be the to be the next, right? To be the next city to go on. If we had them, we're now deferring back to the players that we had during the poor run. The players that were questioned, are they past it? Are they no longer good enough? So the players that you mentioned on the bench, or had they been on the bench, are they better than what you have? Or could they get into your starters? Yeah. This is the issue though. Pep's going to have to tinker. Pep's going to have to do his thing with the players remaining. We don't have those new signings, but we should still be good enough to beat you guys. I need to see I have to, like, the same way you kind of sit back and you're like asking, Aaron, show me something. Show me your tactical adjustment. Show me how you're going to minimize the weaknesses of these players and get the most out of them. That's actually what Pep needs to do this weekend. That's what he needs to do tomorrow, because I think we need to hide our vulnerability with direct, over the top, or behind, like just getting behind us, because when we have possession, we are going to commit all 10 players forward. And a lot, I don't think you necessarily do this, but a lot of rivals kind of mentioned, well, why do you continue to play a high line? Often the high line is played because we just recently lost possession. It's not, you know what I mean? Like, it's rare, but sometimes, yes, it may be a kickoff. But even with regards to a kickoff, you're gonna play high because you don't want to allow the opposition to be closer in your end. But I just want us to be able to sniff out and know where you're going to try to attack us. Is it going to be the left side? Is it going to be the right side? I would anticipate you guys are probably going to go heavy on our right-hand side, your left-hand side, because you're going to see Matheus Nunes as a vulnerability. You're going to see Rico Lewis if he happens to start. Or even if it has to be John Stones isn't the quickest. So I think that's where you guys are going to get some joy. And that's where we've actually suffered the most mistakes. Even when you go back to the few games recently, when it was a ball over the top, or whether it was a late win penalty-wise, that was Matheus Nunes, right? I think if Pep shows that he can hide, he can put a little makeup on the blemishes with regards to City, and still have us play dominant football and easily be able to sniff out how you guys are going to try to get to those over the top, or those counters are getting behind us, then it's calm. Funny enough, all the criticism that you, and I know you, I'm on your channel, Shik. I'm not always in the comments, but I watch. I know how much you dislike Bruno, but Bruno is a guy who's so free to distribute the ball. I'm actually concerned about. I'm concerned more so in possession than anything else. And not even so, okay, he's going to be in possession and it's going to be some like build-up play. It's him looking up and seeing, you know what, yeah, I can fit this ball over the top to Mbuemo. I can get this ball up and maybe get Sesko on a run, or maybe Sesko some hold up play, and then that's my concern. I hope we can sniff that out early and see who's going to be the trusted ones to release those passes, and maybe that's where we kind of like are selective with our press. But Shik,
what would the midfield look like tomorrow? I'm genuinely curious because
I would hope so. I would hope
there.
Rodri is there. Yes, yeah. Hey, and
Sheik,
don't be disrespectful. Sheik,
I'm not being disrespectful. I'm just saying, like, Rodri there, I don't think Bruno gets that freedom that you're talking about.
Okay, but the reason why I'm saying you're disrespectful is why do you only refer to him as Rodri?
What do you mean? Ballon d'Or winning Rodri.
Yeah, Ballon d'Or Rodri.
Okay, here we go. Rodri, cool. Ballon d'Or winning Rodri. All right, cool.
Thank you. I appreciate
I got you.
Now, Ballon d'Or Rodri. I need him in the midfield. If he can be partnered up with Reinders, and I know Reinders didn't have the best game recently with Spurs or with Brighton, but I think if he's got that partnership with Ballon d'Or Rodri would be great. And then the midfield is where I'm kind of like, I'm in two minds. I would like, because if there's any player that understands the derby, it's Bernardo Silva. If there's any player that Pep is going to be like, yeah.
Phil Foden is another player who would also turn up for this game.
I was talking midfield, but in this game, I'm actually putting Foden out on the right wing.
Okay.
But with Pep, and when I was talking about like adjustments or what he could do, Bernardo's that Swiss Army knife. Bernardo's like, Pep's told him to go play left back versus Liverpool. Pep's told him, I'm going to play you double pivot at times. Pep's had him play right wing and drifted in.
That's the versus James Milner. He's like your James Milner.
Yeah, exactly.
Better than him too. I think he's better than him.
Thank you. But I would want Bernardo on that pitch, not so much because he's going to be carrying everything or he's going to be responsible for the like breaking plays or attacking player creativity, but I would like to be able to have that versatility, because again, if we can have a little bit of that possession game, especially within that midfield, because I think that's where you guys are weakest. I got the legs of Bernardo. I got the attacking and creativity and willingness to crash the box like Gundogan used to do, but I got that in Reinders. And then the man that's going to be telling everybody what to do and can sniff out the danger would be Ballon d'Or Rodri. So that would be my midfield. Those three going against your midfield, who do you think is going to be playing for you?
So just to start off by that, those three going up against a two-man midfield is already going to be a big problem for us. Having Rodri be part of a three-man midfield going up against a two-man midfield is already going to be an insane problem. And that's why, again, like, I was going to let you finish on the whole Bruno thing, but I don't think Bruno's going to have that freedom and all of those type of things. All of these attributes that people like to talk about with Bruno in what we've seen last season or what we've seen in prior seasons is him playing in a 10. He's now not going to play in a 10, people. Like, I just think people don't understand this, is that people praise Bruno for all his attributes that he plays in a 10. He doesn't play in a 10 anymore. He plays in an 8, which means his role has changed. He's going to see the ball a lot more. He's going to be put into a lot of pressure situations. And look at the guys that he has to worry about. Playing in a 10 before, he didn't have to worry about a Rodri. He didn't have to.
Let me ask you that.
But now he has to worry about a Rodri. And now he has to worry about a Reinders. And now he has to worry about all these things while also trying to be our creative outlet, if we are looking for him to be our creative outlet tomorrow.
So let me ask you.
It's too much for him to do. And I look at the player that he is, and I just don't think he's going to do it.
So he's better suited as a 10, but is the way your team is designed, you think?
I don't think he should be in the team, period. But if someone were to make an argument for him, he's better suited as a 10, yes.
Okay, but you have better 10s right now ahead of him.
In terms of our system, yes. Like, I wouldn't play Bruno on a left-hand side or a right-hand side. I have one more on the right-hand side. On the left-hand side, you could play a Mainu, or you could play a Xerxes, or you could play whoever.
So this is the case where Amorim's kind of like forcing Bruno on that pitch because I got you.
Now, because they kept him. Like, the whole, if we're going in that conversation, they kept him. The moment that they kept him, I knew he's the first name on the team sheet. Bruno is going to be the first name on the team sheet, but he's going to be put into that pivot. He's going to be put into that pivot unless Cunha is now injured. We'll see who he plays there tomorrow. But Yeah, unless Cunha and Mbeumo both are injured, Xerxes injured, and then he gets to play there.
You know
He
what's
plays
annoying,
there.
Sheik?
Yeah.
You know what's annoying? I know this is a little bit of the banter part.
Big up
I know
Flawless
that
every
I
single
know
time.
that we've fallen off. Large up,
Yeah,
flawless.
big up
I know
Flawless.
that City's kind of fallen off because in past years, Bruno would purposely get a red card the game before.
Yeah, sometimes.
Right?
Yeah, that was
So
that
the
whole
fact that
talking.
he's not worried about being available for this game, I'm like, damn, we've fallen off. Because Bruno normally be like 2 yellows. He's out. He's not playing in this upcoming run versus City or Chelsea, but
He
he's
ducked
here. Now,
Anfield 2 years ago, I think. It was 2 seasons ago. He ducked Anfield. He got
yeah.
suspended right before Anfield. He did. He got
Yeah,
suspended right
I don't
before
know.
Anfield.
I'm saying he ducked it.
Yeah.
But your midfield, you wouldn't have Bruno. It is going to be Bruno, but if it weren't Bruno,
Casemiro. Probably him and Casemiro are probably going to be the midfield. Yeah.
I mean Casemiro. Okay. All right. So yeah, I'd say advantage midfield us. Now,
For
I
sure.
gotta
For
be honest
sure.
with you though. I gotta
Yeah.
be honest with you. With your wing backs, I think then it kind of shifts to advantage United with regards to what's going to be asked of my defenders to try and also keep up. So who do
Depends
you
on
see?
who he plays. If he plays Dallo, not good enough. Dallo should not be playing.
I
It
heard
should
he's
be
hurt.
Dorgu.
I heard Dallo's hurt.
Okay. Okay, yeah, I think you might be right. I think he is hurt. Maybe I heard something about that. I just forgot. But if he's hurt, then cool. Then it'll be Dorgu and then it'll be Ahmad. Ahmad, all for it. He scored the winning goal last time we played at the Etihad. I'm all for it.
Freaking
And
Ahmad.
Nunes, like Mateus Nunes, he's on the pitch. He's probably going to play as well, and I'm all there. I'm for that. Mateus Nunes gave away the penalty for one of the goals, and I'm pretty sure he was at fault for the last one too because he let his guy just run away. He lost him. So yeah, like I'm all for that, and I kind of hear what you're saying. I want those two fullbacks to play. I think we need to have Ahmad will be that attacking outlet. Dorgu, someone who can be that outlet would just sort of provide pace, who can just be bombing up and down the field the entire game. And
so,
yeah, I'm for that.
So I'm gonna have issues at my left back because Ait Nori, new signing to fix up what we were doing last season. He's not playing. At left back, I'm most likely looking at Ake.
Okay.
And even that, Ake's not getting up and down the pitch like he used to. If I don't want Pep playing Guardiola just back from injury, if he because apparently he was in training, but I don't want Guardiola bombing up and down the pitch either. Like keep him at center back. Maybe he plays academy player, right? Nico O'Reilly, who could put in a shift, but again, he just the awareness because he's not naturally a left back. He's actually a midfielder. He was actually playing, I think, majority 10 when he was doing in the academy. So this is again one of Pep's. I can make a midfielder into anything I want. So I'm concerned at left back, and I'm already concerned at right back. If it's Mateus Nunes, if it's Rico Lewis, that's going to have me stressed the entire game. I'm going to be wondering, okay, we're in possession. These guys are getting up the pitch. Are they going to be alert enough to when you guys do get possession, and now you're running down on it, right? So that's where advantage midfield, cool, I'll take that. Out on the wings, though, that's United. And out on the wings, and we talk counter, and we talk going over top or getting behind, yikes, right? So that's
I'm with you
where
on that.
Yeah,
I'm with you on that because I was gonna tell you, like, I think how you can beat us and how I kind of see this game going is you will have a lot of the possession, most of the possession of the ball. We will try to break on counters, just like kind of like how we played against Arsenal. And going to that, I think that would, if you play the same way that they played Arsenal to a certain extent, I know their defense currently is better than yours at this moment. And they have one of the best defenses in the league. But if you do defend up until that level, you can easily walk away against us with a win because that's just all it requires in terms of if we don't take our chances like that same day. And we are missing we're missing Cunha, who's a big part of some of the chances that we did create that day. All you have to do is sit back. You can keep possession of the ball, be able to nullify our counters, which you did just say is a concern for you. If you're able to do that, then you'll get a win. And I agree because like that's how we're gonna set up. I think we're gonna try to go up against you on the counter, and that's kind of like how we played last season too. And we're gonna go up against you with the counter. You have to keep possession, sit back. I think how City can win is play for the occasion a little bit too. play for that occasion because it is a Manchester derby. A lot of the times I've seen in past seasons, maybe in a couple of seasons ago, there's been screamers of goals in these type of
Yeah.
games
Yeah.
where players, again, the example I'm trying to take is play for the occasion. Foden scored a screamer, I think, 2 seasons ago. Rashford had that crazy goal that he scored at the Etihad too. Play for the occasion, and I think that's a way that you can win. You know our goalkeeping problems. You know the problems that we have with our goalkeeper. We're vulnerable in set pieces. You scored against us with a set piece last season in the same exact game. Guardiola scored with the set piece. You know us against in set pieces. You get a set piece goal, maybe you go 2-0 up with a corner or a set piece, and you just defend for the rest of the game. And I think it won't be enough for us to try to get back. And I just don't think we have, in terms of how our manager is going to set us up, would maybe be enough to get a win. But in hindsight, considering how you guys are defensively, if we get a goal or two, with one of the chances that we do end up creating,
yeah. That's
then
my
it's a
nightmare.
different story, because it could have been, that could have been the case in our first game too. We get a goal against Arsenal, it's a completely different story. And a lot of people would be sitting there saying, "Oh, we should have won because we were the better team," and this and that, and all that type of stuff.
Sheik, I got two reoccurring nightmares, man. Two things have been keeping me up at night. One is going into the halftime 0-0, and you guys scoring early in the second half, and then it's like, you guys are defending for your lives. That's been waking me up at night. Another is you guys scoring early, and for a full almost 90 minutes, it's like us passing the ball around, us not playing direct, and then it is a hope for the best type thing. The spamming crosses or the shots from outside because there's no creativity there. I can't afford you guys to score first. I can't. And now when I have a weapon, and actually the conversation's funny now because now he's not considered the best striker in the world. But when I have Erling Haaland, I need him involved.
Scoring against us too. Scored a hat trick before.
I need him involved. Him and Foden, and that's why I said I didn't want Foden so much in terms of the midfield because I think we need to have that work rate to kind of keep up with everything. But if I can have Foden out on that right wing, obviously he can come inside on that left foot, and whoever Pep chooses to play out on that left, I'm calm with, because I think out on that left, that might be the earliest attacking sub that he makes. Let me have someone, whoever's doing work out there, and then maybe he subs on a Doku, or maybe Doku starts to give a headache to whoever's going to be playing there at right back, and he subs on another player. But I need Foden out there, and Foden plays for the moment. Foden's not shy to take the shot.
Play for this occasion, yeah.
Him, and I just need him healthy because funny enough, him and Haaland, when KDB was kind of off, didn't play consistently, they had great synergy. Mm-hmm. They had a great chemistry between the two of them. So I would love that, and I honestly just want. Let me talk to my EAFC people out there. I just want Haaland to spam shots, take the shots, deflections, go for some scrappiness. That is what deflections. You know, the cheap deflected goals.
Yeah.
Give me all that. I need him sniffing for goals in that box. Foden, take what he can. But this is where it might not. When you say it might be a stinky game, but then there might be some screamers, I think it might even be like some ugly, not want to brag about, but a little bit of a goal fest, because we both have questions at keeper.
True.
Right?
You just got Donnarumma, Champions League winning goalkeeper.
I did. You know, Sheik, they've been talking about my recruitment. Everyone's telling me that my recruitment's been poor and bad or whatever. So we got to get back.
I think Donnarumma is a great signing.
Donnarumma is a great signing.
Yeah.
We kind of stopped what we did.
You replaced Ederson with Donnarumma. Just think about that.
No, I'm with you. Yeah. I'm with you on that. But a lot of people they've been taking their shots, right? Shout out to Foden. They've been taking their shots about my recruitment, and I think a lot of my recruitment was due to 115, but that's a conversation for another time. If Donnarumma starts, calm. My only question is he going to be that part of buildup that we like to do? Is he going to invite some pressing that I actually would be surprised if you guys pressed us? Mm-hmm. I think you might press us in spurts, but there's no way you're going to press us relentlessly because I think
I don't
that
think. Yeah, I don't think we press you relentlessly. I think it depends on moments and situations in the game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now
And
it'd
who's
be
on the pitch
interesting.
too. Yeah.
Yeah, on for goal kicks, it'd be interesting to see whether you guys set up to press us, because that's what I would want to observe. The very first goal kick, I want to see, okay, what's Amorim told these guys to do? Are they going to give Donnarumma time? Are we going to try to build up from the back or what? But if it happens to be Trafford who plays for us, I'm still kind of calm with it. He knows what a derby's all about. He's been playing for us to start the season. But like you said, he's not a UCL winner. He's not that guy, which he can develop into be, but he's not. For your end, I'm so upset, Sheik. I'm like,
Go on.
I'm upset.
What are you upset about?
Because there's a time to do things. Onana didn't need to leave before this derby. Onana could have played one more game, Sheik.
Do you know why he left?
Old time's sake.
Do you know the reason why he left?
No, why did he leave?
Because at the start of this preseason, he asked for more money. He wanted a contract extension because his wages got lowered because we didn't qualify for the Champions League. So he wanted a new contract.
Oh.
And the moment Ruben Amorim heard that, gone.
Wow.
Seriously. Have you noticed? He played only against Grimsby.
Wow.
That's what happened.
So he asked for a contract before the season kicked off.
Preseason. Yeah, preseason. I think it was either at the start of preseason or maybe it could have been at the end of preseason. I know it was around preseason. He asked for more money because his wages got lowered because we didn't qualify for the Champions League. And there's clauses in their contracts.
Okay.
So he wanted more money. And I guess this was the talks that Ruben Amorim found that highly, highly disrespectful. And he said, "You're gone. You're gone."
You accept that decision though?
I accept that decision.
Yeah.
I think that's absolutely. I completely understand where Ruben Amorim is coming from. That's ridiculous. The last thing you should be doing after having a season like that is asking for more money. Last thing you should be doing.
True.
You out of everyone is
now,
asking for more money.
You'd assume that that's kind of across the board, like that's standard for United contracts. That every player would have gotten a reduction, right?
I kind of understand where he was coming from too. He's seen different players at the same club get paid immense amount of money, buyouts, payouts, all that type of stuff. He's seen other players who've been part of this whole time that we've been terrible still be here, still earn the wages that they have, and still be at this club. So I think he was kind of like maybe had a little talk with his agent, like, they can do it, why can't I do it? If they can do it, why can't I try to pose this thing? But obviously he needed to read the room. I think situations that we've had in the past have never been anything like this. We've never finished 15th before. We've never been this bad. So I think that's where he kind of went things wrong. But listen, I wanted him out anyways. So it's good that he's gone. But my issue with this was that if Onana had not this, would he still be playing? Let's say he didn't ask for a contract extension. Think about it, Vator. Would he still be playing? I think he would. And that is the problem.
Okay, hold on.
The issue is that you didn't look at how he's been performing for the past 2 seasons since he's been at this club. He's been at the.
Did he have better options? Did he have better options though? Did Amorim have better options than Onana?
All you had to do was, I mean, better options. I guess you could. I don't know what the options that we did actually have at the table, to be honest. I heard soft links with Donnarumma at one time, but I never thought that would be a thing. I never thought personally a player would go from winning the Champions League to not playing in the Champions League at all. I don't
winning
think
the treble,
winning the treble to not playing it at all. I just don't think that would have ever happened.
Yeah.
And people can say like, oh, we got money, this and that, and we're gonna throw a lot of money or whatever. Money always talks in this. No, in certain situations like this one, I don't think that was ever gonna be the case. But yeah, like other than that, we were not linked to any other goalkeeper other than Lamens, the one that we signed. So it's like,
and you know what, Sheik? It's the funny thing is, like,
which is again further to my point is that because we weren't linked to so many goalkeepers, had he not done that, he would still be our starting goalkeeper. He still would, and that's
probably, and that's probably also why he flexed it too, because he's like, there's not much talk of United going out for a keeper.
Right.
I got some leverage here. Wow. Wow. But
Yeah.
apparently where he's gone, he's actually got a pay increase.
He has, apparently.
Yeah.
Yeah, apparently
He's got a good agent,
So
whoever
he's
that
gone on
agent
a
is.
loan deal. I don't think there's a buy option or anything like that, but he's
Okay.
gotten the money that he wanted. So
Well, it might
that's
be a
what he
case
wanted.
where, yeah, he might go out there, ball out. You see Jack Grealish, he's balling out there for Everton right now.
All parties are happy.
Yeah.
All parties are happy. So cool. But
I
again,
like
like, yeah, just kind of going back to something that I was saying earlier in the stream. We're going to close out in a couple of minutes as well, people, before we do predictions and stuff. Going back to what I have said about Ruben Amorim so far, you've watched all these different streams. We've been on A-listers together numerous
Oh, I've
times.
watched.
I've talked
I've
about Ruben
watched.
Amorim so many different times. When it comes to this stuff too, if you made the decision that Andre Onana is not good enough and he shouldn't be here, we need to sell him. You went up to, Sir Jim Ratcliffe and Omar Barada and all these guys and told them we need a new goalkeeper. I
Shout
can't
out to
go with
Barada.
Andre Onana. If you said that, then cool. Again, this is an example of where Ineos have listened to what you have asked for them. They've listened to a lot of the things that you have asked from them. You wanted money to be spent. You wanted a wing back in January. They gave you a wing back in January. You wanted new attackers. They got a whole new front line for you, buddy. They got a whole new 3 for you. They got a left winger, left 10. You want to say Cunha. They got Sesko, a striker. They got Mbeumo for you. You wanted to keep Bruno. You were the part of the decision to keep Bruno. They listened to you. You wanted to get a new goalkeeper. You got a new goalkeeper. So they've listened to you so far. I have to see improvement from you now. Like, okay, now it's like, all right, what are you now cooking? What am I looking at? And I'm like, okay, this is now what he was talking about when he first got here, that we were going to go through a storm. We were going to get better players. And then we're now at here where things have improved. I'm still yet to see that. I still am yet to see that. I still see the same problems.
To see it for sure.
I still see the same problems. I still see it when people say that our attack is better. Our attack is better, but I'll tell you why our attack is better, because we have better attacking players now that are doing what they do. No, Vator, hear me out. What Cunha and Mbeumo have done so far at our club has nothing to do with what Amorim is instructing them to do. They're just good players. I'm telling you. They are just good players.
Shik.
Oh no, Vader, we're not doing this. I've had
no. We got to do this. Hold on.
We can't do this. We can't.
No.
Do this.
Okay. I won't be long, but let me just say this, because this is so ironic, right? 2 Manchester clubs, 2 managers with different issues, but kind of similar, right? You're saying what I've heard you say is what I'm hearing. I mean, I don't question my manager this way, but I'm hearing the same thing from my Manchester City fan base. They're seeing the same quote unquote mistakes. They're not seeing enough of a change of what we were doing last season to this season. And what I've been saying is, I don't think you get in the influx of new players and it happens like that. Right? So this is Pep. This is a manager that still 3 games in needs a little more to have it clicking.
Yeah. Oh, well, that's the thing. So I'm not saying that we didn't, like, Ruben Amorim definitely had a say in signing both those players specifically. It's not like, because I've talked about this before too, where there's been conversation about us, signing players for him, and how I've talked about how these 2 players are Premier League proven, that we like to say all the time, right? Premier League proven, and they're good for the league. And maybe that's why the club has taken that approach to sign some Premier League proven players, considering we finished 15th last season. So they want to see some sort of improvement in the Premier League. Makes sense that you would go for good players in the Premier League, right? Now that goes further to the point that I was trying to make, is that I think Ruben had a say in getting both these players. I think he's looked at both of them and has been like, okay, I think if I have Cunha instead of Garnacho, good. If I have a better striker, or, a striker that I can try to develop, or, if I put a striker around these 2 guys, maybe we can, he can do well, which is the Sesko that he went for. And then you have someone like Mbeumo, who, both Cunha and Mbeumo had about 35 GNA between them both last year, and just those 2 attackers who were very pivotal for Wolves and also for Brentford respectively. So I think right now I'm yet to see him utilize them the way that he wants to utilize them. Right now, what I've seen from both of them so far is just them being 2 quality Premier League players. That's the point that I'm trying to make. Yeah.
Okay.
Is from what I've seen so far. Now, obviously, Cunha is injured, so I don't know how long he's going to be out for. I heard that it's nothing too long. He didn't really limp out of the stadium or anything like that. He wasn't like that severely injured. So I think.
Well, shoot, he was at the fight chilling, right?
He was at the one of the UFC events. Yeah. So he was chilling there. So yeah, like again, that's going back to just the summary of the point that I was trying to make is that I need to Ineos, even though I don't rate them entirely with some of the things that they've done in the past with the manager talk and all that type of stuff and hirings and appointments and sackings, all that type of stuff, right? Cool, but I can't sit here because I try to keep it as real as I can. I can't sit here and criticize them for the window that they've had. They've done a good job. They've done
I
a
got
lot
you.
of the things that I asked for. And now I'm looking at Ruben. And now I'm looking at him. And it's like, okay, they've done a lot of the things that I wanted, that you wanted. The work now needs to start working from you now because they've done their job. If people were talking about, oh, well, will they back him the way that they backed Ten Hag? They've backed him, by the way. I just want to say is that they
Yeah,
have backed him.
yeah.
We spent 200 plus million on 3 players. They've backed
I
him
got you.
after 15th when everyone was saying we don't have money. We don't have
All
this.
right.
By the way,
All right.
by the way, in the midst of all this, we were ready to break the bank on Baliba. We were. Brighton just didn't want to sell him currently right now. So we were ready to do that too. So what would the conversation be then? Had we given Ruben Amorim Baliba and the midfielder problem, this and that, and let's say results had not turned around, and there's obviously the other upside of it where things start to get better. But again, in that same conversation, I would look to Ruben and be like, okay, we've now given you Baliba. Now start to cook. Now I don't want to see these things that you keep talking about.
I
We're
hear it,
still
Sheik.
lacking this and we're still lacking that. I don't want to end off this season with this same manager saying we still lacking this and we still lacking that, because we've spent a lot of money and they've done a lot of the things that you asked for. You don't want certain players here, they got rid of. You wanted certain players here, they got him for you. You wanted to keep certain players here when everyone else wanted to get rid of him. They made a decision to keep him. So I don't want to hear none of these excuses of we're still suffering. The thing that he says.
Yeah.
I don't want to hear that. And it's like, I think I'm pretty valid in saying that because they've done all these things for him now, and I want to start seeing results. So I get it. Manchester City is a derby. It's a big game. City are a lot better than us currently. They're a lot higher from where we want to be and all those type of things. Like we want to be in a position like them where we are challenging consistently year after year, winning all that type of stuff. But you have to start by winning games like this. I'm sorry. I'm not going to cut him slack because it's Manchester City. It's the derby. Like no matter what situation within what manager we've been in, Ollie, who people slated from time and time again, did a double over Pep in a season. The season where you guys didn't win the league and Liverpool did. We did a double over Pep. So if Ollie can do a double over Pep, a manager that we didn't want, who if I ask you, 90% of United fans will tell you right now they don't want Ollie. He's done a double over Pep. Ruben Amorim should be able to do it. And a lot of people would also argue and tell you that maybe some players in our squad currently are better than what we had before. So, again.
Yeah. Okay. I hear the improvement talk. I just what's funny is Amorim's on borrowed time. Like you want to see improved football, you want to see good results, but Sheik, be real. Like you're just waiting until he's sacked.
Yeah, I am.
You're like if he can get me top 6, get me top 7, I still want you out. If he miraculously gets you in top 4, Sheik, I know you. I don't care. I still want you out. So he's on borrowed time, but I hear obviously the fan in you is like, I want a good game. I want to see better football. I want to see these signings that have been brought in to play better. And yeah, Amorim, you do all that, I want you out the door. So, now I want to say with regards to the derby, if we're gonna go predictions,
we'll go predictions. We'll close out pretty quick. So yeah, predictions. What are you saying, Vator?
I don't know if you've been dreaming about this game, potential result. Oh, shout out by the way, King Kevin over there in Syria. Yeah, he's already scoring. He's already scoring. Napoli's doing their thing. I don't know.
Kevin. Oh, okay. King Kevin.
KDB.
KDB, gotcha. Yeah. Playing with McTominay.
And Hoyland.
The midfield from Manchester. You know?
Yeah.
From Manchester with love.
From Manchester with love. Be real with me before we do the predictions.
Okay.
When you see, because I get a little bit of I do get some joy when players that have left my club, play well. I mentioned Jack Grealish. He's on loan. It's kind of different.
Yeah.
Did you guys sell Hoyland or is he on loan?
He's on loan, but there's a option for about 45 million or something like that.
So when you see him, if you see him balling out in Syria scoring goals, because I think he scored today, you're like, well, loan, it's gonna happen.
Yeah, it's gonna happen.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
gonna become a permanent. Yeah, of course.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I'm not sitting here cheering him on or whatever. I'm
You should be
looking.
cheering him on. What are you doing?
No. I'm just like, like you're in your room. You have those windows. You have those blinds. You kind
Yeah.
of like slightly open the blinds to see who's outside. That's me looking at.
Yeah.
That's me looking at Serie A and Napoli right now.
You're
Like
like
I'm
this,
just
you're like-
I'm monitoring to see like
Okay.
how things are going over there. But the ultimate goal is because I want him to get permanently sold. That's
Gotcha.
why. I'm not sitting here saying, oh well, he's gonna score some goals in Syria. Oh, I think he can turn things around in the Premier League. No, he needs to be sold from this club. Get the money from him, and that's it. We move.
I hear you.
Yeah.
I'll give my prediction, regardless of whatever the 11 is.
Yeah,
it's going to be a stress game. I'm not watching this game like, yeah, let's do this. I'm going to be watching this game like, damn, this 45 minutes is going to be rough. Damn, I'm stressing at halftime. Damn, this final 45. But I see it being a 2-1. And I see it being a 2-1. City scores first. You guys freakingly find a way to respond. And then we get a winner, not in dramatic fashion, but we just get a winner and hold off. Like,
okay,
I'm kind of seeing that type of game, and I hope it's the opposite. I hope we maybe score too early, and then maybe we concede one. But yeah, I'm seeing a 2-1. How about you?
No, definitely could happen. I think, like I said earlier, I think it's going to be honestly like a dead game. To be honest, I think there's potential for, like we said earlier, for them to be like screamers. And Chelsea scored, Palmer scored. It's 1-1 in the 60th.
1-1.
Yeah,
oh wow!
1-1. Super sub Cole Palmer. He just came off the
Okay.
bench. Yeah. Yeah. So I would say, I think it's gonna be a dead game. Like, there's potential for there to be, screamers and this and that, and some player, showing moments of individual brilliance, this and that. But I think, yeah, it's just gonna be. I think just where both our clubs are currently, in terms of how the season has started, you're trying to find your way still to be in this mix and pose a title challenge, possibly quite from early, or you could figure out your way and do it mid-season and all that type of stuff, right? You're still trying to be in the mix, basically. We're trying to be on some sort of level playing field in terms of where both our teams are going and the problems that we have. I just think it's going to be a 1-1. So I would say it's most likely a draw. I think maybe we score first and you guys equalize, or maybe you guys score first and we somehow end up equalizing and something like that. So
I don't want this ref involved in the game. I don't want to know. I don't want anything controversial. I don't want the ref
already. Here we go. Already.
I don't want him involved. I want it. It's a derby. Let these players play the game.
Let the game flow.
That's what I like. I don't want too much of the ref being involved and all that kind of stuff. On top of that, you're doing a watch along, right?
I actually don't do watch alongs like on my channel. I just
no. But I mean, you're gonna be.
Yeah, I'll be there. I'll be there on follows. Yeah.
Right.
You're pulling up?
I don't know.
Message him. He'll let you on. Of course. He
would.
We did a watch along with Liverpool. We did a watch along with the Beijing guy. Shout out to the Beijing crew.
Beijing Reds.
Barnes, and Pop. Shout out to both of them. We did a watch along with them. Same watch along. United versus Liverpool too, by the way. Like, it's a big game. It was the 2-2, the one I Anfield last season. Yeah.
I'll see, because the thing is, I wouldn't want to be part of the watch along if I can't sit and be there for the entire thing. But yeah, man. A draw.
I'll be there tomorrow.
All right, I'll be in the comments. I'll see you guys. But listen, everybody in the chat, subscribe if you haven't. Shik, great host. I mean, he did the professional football talk, which I rate him for. He didn't do the banter thing. He didn't take any jabs. Maybe that'll happen post match. But for the preview, man, thanks for having me on the show.
Thanks for being on, man, of course.
Yeah, you put out the call. I'm there if I can be there, man. So yeah, thanks for having me on.
I appreciate it, man. Of course, every single time. Yeah, like Vator said, people, like, if you guys haven't subscribed to Vator's channel, I'm sure you've seen him on numerous different channels before, with all the great work that he does on Hassam's channel, Flawless's channel, all that type of stuff. So if you haven't subscribed to him yet, I don't know what you're doing. Make sure you guys do subscribe to him. The link is in the title. The link is in the description. Are you doing a watch along tomorrow? Like, are you on someone else's watch along?
I'm not gonna do a watch along. I might. So I did.
Or like any content that you have like coming up. That
I'm gonna do a reaction. I'm gonna do a new 115. So because
there we go.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to discuss why. So why the Manchester Derby was a must win. So I'm gonna break that down. Talk about these guys.
There we go.
Yeah, I'll do something really short. But yeah, subscribe to the channel, Vator Games TV. Easy on YouTube, you'll find me. You know what it is.
And you just recently hit 1K as well, right, Vator? Congratulations.
Yeah,
to you.
1K. 1K. People have been creeping in, hitting that sub button. So yeah, keep it going.
Shout out to Vator, man, for hitting 1K on his channel every single time, people. Make sure you guys do hit a W Vator in the chat for that. And yeah, thank you guys all for tuning in for the stream. This was the Manchester Derby preview. Shout out to Vator every single time for making time out of his day to join us on the channel today to do a preview. I'll be back for a match reaction tomorrow too. And like we mentioned earlier, I will also be on the watch along with Flawless and Eddie if he's there as well. And definitely do check that out. That should be on the YouTube channel. So it won't be on the Twitch for Sarcasm City TV. It'll be on the Sarcasm City TV YouTube channel. So definitely do check that out. And then I'll be live after for a match reaction. Monday we'll be back for Mud Brothers, all that type of stuff. Vader's going to be doing A-listers on Hassam's channel. So definitely check out all the content that we have weekly for you guys and just in this whole football content creator space. So big up to everyone. Thank you guys all for tuning in. This has been the Manchester Derby preview, and we will catch you guys all in the next one. Peace. Arteta in.
Amorim out.